Xi Jinping was born on 15th June 1953 in Beijing. He is the son of Xi Zhongxun, a veteran of the Chinese Communist Party. His early years were marked by political challenges. Xi's father was purged during the Cultural Revolution, leading to hardships for the family. As a teenager, Xi was sent to a rural village in Shanxi province to perform manual labor. Despite these struggles, he joined the Communist Party and became a local party secretary. His experience in the countryside shaped his leadership style and political values. Xi later attended Tsinghua University, where he studied chemical engineering. His education combined technical knowledge with political training to prepare him for leadership. His family background gave him connections, but he worked hard to advance in the Communist Party. He started with lower-level positions before rising in ranks. Xi's ability to navigate complex political situations helped his rise. His leadership in various roles prepared him for the highest office in China decades later. Xi Jinping was born on June 15, 1953, in Beijing. His father, Xi Zhongxun, was a veteran Chinese communist leader. The family faced struggles during the Cultural Revolution. Xi's father was purged and sent to a factory, and his education was disrupted. In 1969, at age 15, he was sent to a rural village as part of Mao's Down to the Countryside movement. Life in the countryside was harsh, with hard labor and poor living conditions. Initially, he tried to escape but was caught and returned to the village, accepting his new reality. Xi gradually adapted to rural life in Liangjiahe village. He lived in a cave house and worked on various agriculture and infrastructure projects, gaining first-hand experience with hardship. His efforts led to village improvements, such as new biogas facilities and better water access. His leadership skills started to emerge as he helped improve villagers' lives. During this time, Xi tried to join the Communist Party multiple times, but was rejected due to his father's political status. After several attempts, he was accepted in 1974. His growing leadership role in the village helped him earn the trust of party officials. He later became the party branch secretary of Liangjiahe, marking his first political post. In 1975, he was recommended for admission to Tsinghua University. He studied chemical engineering as a worker-peasant-soldier student, following political guidelines at that time. At university, he gained academic knowledge, but also strengthened his political ties. His education played a key role in shaping his future career in Chinese politics. Xi Jinping began his political career in the Communist Party, holding early roles in Hebei province. He focused on rural development and government efficiency. In 1985, Xi moved to Fujian, where he gained experience in economic strategies. He later became governor and introduced policies to attract investment and technology. He governed Zhejiang from 2002, leading economic growth and pushing reforms. His success in modernizing the province increased his influence in the central government. In 2007, Xi was appointed Party Secretary of Shanghai, a major step in his career. He was seen as a leader who followed central policies and promoted order. His time in Shanghai was brief, but he impressed top officials. Later in 2007, he was promoted to the Politburo Standing Committee, China's core leadership group. As a member of the Politburo, Xi played a key role in state affairs. His rise was seen as part of a careful plan to guide him into national leadership. Xi's promotion to the Politburo made him a likely future leader. In 2008, he was named vice president, strengthening his political standing in China. As vice president, Xi managed key national projects and foreign relations. He led preparations for the 2008 Beijing Olympics and represented China internationally. Xi's smooth handling of national and global responsibilities made him a strong leader. He was widely recognized as the likely next president of China by 2012. In 2012, Xi Jinping was chosen as General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party. This position made him the most powerful official in China, leading the country. A year later, he was elected as the president of China, reinforcing his authority. As leader, he began shaping policies to guide the nation toward his long-term vision. Xi quickly introduced reforms aimed at strengthening the economy and the Communist Party's control. He also promoted the idea of the Chinese dream for national progress. One of Xi's first major decisions was launching anti-corruption campaigns. He targeted both high-ranking leaders and lower officials to remove corruption in the party. Beyond politics, Xi focused on making economic improvements through reforms. His leadership encouraged technological progress and modern infrastructure developments in China. Xi's approach combined strict political control with rapid economic development. He centralized power by reducing opposition and ensuring loyalty within the Communist Party. The Chinese dream was a core idea in Xi's policies. It focused on strengthening China's economy, military, and global influence while improving citizens' living standards. He emphasized unity, national pride, and economic growth. By doing so, he aimed to make China prosperous and powerful, reducing dependence on foreign countries. Xi continued large-scale projects such as infrastructure expansion and military advancements. These efforts helped China grow as a leading global force in politics and economics. Throughout his leadership, Xi Jinping has focused on maintaining strict party control. His policies have reshaped China's internal governance and global diplomatic approach. By securing his position, he has been able to shape China's future for years to come. His leadership has significantly influenced China's domestic and international policies. Xi's governance has sparked debate globally, with some praising his reforms, while others criticize his concentrated power. His influence on China remains profound and long-lasting. Xi Jinping has played a major role in shaping China's economy. His policies have focused on strengthening domestic industries and promoting advanced technology. China has maintained steady economic growth under Xi. His government has pushed for innovation, increasing investment in high-tech industries like artificial intelligence. In addition to boosting technology, Xi has established tighter control over major businesses. He has focused on regulating large corporations to ensure compliance with state policies. Xi has emphasized the importance of self-reliance in key industries. His administration has promoted domestic production to reduce dependence on foreign technology. With the Made in China 2025 plan, Xi's government aims to develop advanced manufacturing. This plan seeks to make China a global leader in high-tech production. At the same time, Xi has increased government oversight of business operations. He has enforced stricter rules to regulate competition and market behavior. China's technological advancements have been a key priority for Xi. His government has supported state-owned enterprises to enhance innovation in critical sectors. Artificial intelligence and semiconductor production have received major state support. These industries are crucial for maintaining China's economic strength in global markets. In addition to investment, Xi has pushed for digital transformation. The government encourages businesses to adopt smart technologies for greater efficiency and growth. Xi's control over big businesses has grown through new regulations. The government has set stricter rules to prevent monopolies and ensure economic stability. Large tech companies have been affected by these regulations. Some firms faced heavy fines, while others had to change their business models to meet new guidelines. Despite strict policies, China remains committed to technological progress. Xi continues to promote research and development to secure China's place as a global leader. Xi Jinping has reshaped China's foreign relations, making the country a key player in global politics. His policies focus on strengthening ties with allies. The Belt and Road Initiative is one of Xi's biggest projects, aiming to expand trade networks between China and many other countries in Asia, Africa, and Europe. China's global influence has also grown through organizations such as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. These efforts help China expand its role worldwide. Xi has taken a firm stand on territorial issues, especially in the South China Sea. China has built artificial islands and increased military presence in disputed areas. This has caused tension with neighboring countries such as the Philippines and Vietnam. The United States has also expressed concerns over China's actions there. The Taiwan issue remains a major challenge. Xi has repeatedly stated that Taiwan is part of China and has opposed any efforts toward independence. Xi's foreign policy includes deepening China's ties with world leaders. He has met with leaders from Russia, the US, and Europe to promote economic and security cooperation. His meetings with Russian President Vladimir Putin have strengthened the relationship between China and Russia, leading to increased trade and military cooperation. At the same time, relations with Western nations have been more difficult, especially due to trade conflicts and political disagreements with the United States. China has also expanded its influence in Africa and Latin America through investment in infrastructure projects. These include roads, railways, and energy facilities. Many nations welcome these investments, but some worry about becoming too dependent on China. Critics argue that such projects give China too much control. In response, China says these efforts create jobs and improve local economies. The government insists that these investments are mutually beneficial. Xi Jinping has strongly reinforced the power of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. He has emphasized absolute loyalty to the party and increased state control over society. The CCP's role in all aspects of life has grown under his leadership. Under Xi, authorities have tightened control over speech and internet usage. Social media platforms and news websites face strict regulation. Any online discussion that criticizes the government is quickly censored or removed. Anti-corruption efforts have been a key part of Xi's leadership. He launched a campaign that led to the downfall of officials accused of corruption. However, critics argue that these moves also help Xi eliminate political opponents. In Hong Kong, Xi has taken measures to strengthen Beijing's hold. The national security law, passed in 2020, reduces political opposition. Many pro-democracy activists have been arrested under this law or have fled the city. In Xinjiang, strict policies have been applied to the Uyghur population. Reports say that large numbers of Uyghurs have been placed in detention camps. The Chinese government claims these are for education and job training. Western governments and human rights groups strongly criticize China's policies in Xinjiang. Some countries label these actions as crimes against humanity. However, the Chinese government denies any abuse or forced detention. Xi's government has also worked to reshape Chinese culture and education. Schools are required to teach Xi Jinping thought, emphasizing party loyalty. The aim is to ensure future generations support the leadership and its policies. The media in China is under strict government control. News reports must follow official guidelines. Independent journalism is nearly impossible, and any media outlet that goes against the government faces penalties. Surveillance has expanded greatly under Xi. Cameras and online monitoring are used to track people's activities. This has led to concerns about privacy and freedom, both inside and outside of China. Xi has used technology to increase state control. Advanced systems with artificial intelligence track citizens' behavior. Critics say this limits personal freedoms and suppresses opposition to the government. Some companies and individuals face restrictions if they do not follow party rules. Businesses operating in China must align with government policies. Foreign companies have been pressured to comply with state demands. Changes in society and politics under Xi have led to both support and resistance. His policies have strengthened the ruling party, but many groups inside and outside China worry about rising authoritarian control. Xi Jinping secured a third term as General Secretary in 2020, strengthening his control over China. This move ensured his long-term influence in the country's politics. His leadership has shaped China's economy, politics, and foreign policy. Under his rule, China has focused on strengthening its global influence and domestic governance. With his extended rule, Xi's legacy is closely tied to China's future direction. His policies will likely continue influencing economic growth and international relations for years. Xi's leadership has led to economic policies aimed at increasing state control while promoting technological advancement. These policies shape China's long-term financial strategy. His initiatives focus on self-reliance and reducing dependence on foreign technology. This is part of his broader plan to position China as a global leader in innovation. While Xi's economic model has achieved growth, it has also faced criticism. Strict state oversight can limit market freedom and create uncertainty in private businesses. Beyond economics, Xi's leadership has impacted China's foreign relations. He has pursued policies that strengthen China's presence in international politics and global trade. Projects like the Belt and Road Initiative showcase China's efforts to expand its reach. These projects enhance China's influence, but also bring concerns about debt dependency. Xi's international policies are often assertive, which has led to tensions with other nations. His approach aims to restore China's historical status as a world power. Domestically, Xi has enforced strict political control. His policies aim to maintain the Communist Party's authority while curbing opposition and increasing surveillance. Xi's governance also involves social regulations, including internet restrictions and media censorship. These measures ensure the government controls public information and discourse. Critics argue that these controls limit freedom of expression and political participation. However, Xi defends them as necessary for national security and stable governance. Xi's long-term influence on China includes military expansion and internal security measures. These efforts reinforce China's power and protect its interests internationally. His leadership has also affected China's society, shaping its educational system and historical narrative. Under his rule, state ideology has become more prominent. The future under Xi remains uncertain. His policies will continue to have lasting effects, shaping China's economy, global position, and internal political landscape.